Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, YouTubers, like giving you an update on my subscribers. We are up to 463. Getting closer to 500. We're going to eclipse that in no time. Just keep it going, guys. All right, here's a rundown of the topics I'll be discussing. NFL schedule is tonight. Cannot wait. Something to watch, something interesting, something live. You know, it'd be interesting to watch. Anyway, I don't think I've ever watched the schedule show, but I have tickets this year, so season tickets, so I'm going to watch. And the NFL lays out a protocol on how they can reopen their facilities. And I got an article here that says the Bengals are probably going to sign AJ before Mixon. All right, let's get into these stories here. Okay. Like I said, NFL schedule is tonight. I've probably never watched the NFL schedule ever since they've been broadcasting and made a TV show. So I'm probably going to watch it from beginning to end. One, because there's nothing else to watch about sports. And two, I say it's live, but it's actually happening. It's not a baseball game or a football game, but it's interesting to watch. Plus, I have season tickets this year, so I'm going to watch. How about you? I think one of my viewers had a really good point, because yesterday I said, what do you think some of the primetime games will be? And I mentioned the Cowboys game. And this person said, wouldn't it be cool if the Cowboys and Bengals were on Thanksgiving, because Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving, and I don't think the Bengals ever have. But that would be a really cool primetime game to have, which, I mean, it would be a national game. It wouldn't be really primetime. Well, it could be the night game. Anyway, it would be cool to have if that were one of them. So we'll find out when the Bengals are playing tonight. All right. Now the NFL laid out a protocol to the teams on how the facilities can reopen from Roger Goodell. All right, here it is. On the eve of the 2020 regular NFL season schedule being released, Commissioner Roger Goodell has issued a memo to teams that is being laid out for protocols for when facilities will be reopened and how they will continue to deal with the Corona-19 pandemic. According to multiple sources, the memo highlighted specific requirements that must be met for various facilities to open back up and include rules on how to operate once they are opening. All right, here's some of the rules. If you guys are interested, local, state, and government offices consult on the reopening. Clubs can create an infectious response team, which has a written plan for newly diagnosed cases. Basically, they can test everybody and they know what to do if you are sick with the COVID-19. Clubs are designated an infectious control officer, so they have to get a new job, or their doctors have to be a infection controls officer who will see all aspects. Employees who return to work at the facilities must receive a COVID-19 safety and hygienic training prior to coming back to the agreement. All right, all that's boring. Anyway, the cool thing is, I know Roger Goodell gets a lot of crap for the way he handles things as far as, players go and the fines and stuff like that. But honestly, the way he's been handling this and the way they handled the draft, they are pushing ahead. They are not letting the COVID-19 take advantage of. They're actually taking advantage of the COVID-19, because I have taught, it's May. And a lot of people out there who are new to my show think this is just a Bengals channel. Because that's all I've been talking about, because that's the only thing on. But it's a Cincinnati sports channel. I talk about Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, Xavier, all of it. But the Bengals and NFL have just pushed ahead and kept going, keeping their name out there. And I really like what Roger Goodell has done. He's like, look, we're going to go ahead with the schedule. Looks like the pandemic is calming down. And until something happens otherwise, which they can always change, they're going to keep moving forward. I applaud that. I think the rest of the sports should do that. All right, here's an article from Bengals Wire on how they think AJ is going to get signed before Mixon. Now, I got a little excerpt here. I think it's a pretty good point as to why they're saying this. Because, one, Joe Mixon is, don't get me wrong, one of the best running backs in football. But the way running backs are in the NFL right now, you can get them in the second, third, fourth round, and they can be very good, viable running backs. AJ Green wide receivers are hard to come by, especially since you have a rookie quarterback, Joe freaking Burrow. So, in Joe Burrow's development, AJ Green is more important than Joe Mixon is, according to this article. Now, people can say, well, a good running game can help out a young quarterback. I agree with you. But the problem is you can have a good running game without an elite running back, So the two don't go hand in hand. That's just the way NFL is right now. So, according to the article, it looks like the Bengals are going to try to concentrate on getting AJ signed long-term before they sign Joe Mixon, which I'm kind of leery on. I mean, I love AJ Green. Don't get me wrong. But he's had 2 years of injuries. He hasn't done much of anything. He didn't do anything at all last year. So he hasn't really played in a year and a half. So what kind of AJ Green are we getting? Now, the good thing for the Bengals and signing players to contracts like this, if you set it up right and he gets injured again next year, you could cut him and you owe him nothing or you owe him very little. So it depends on how they want to work the contract out. And that's another thing which comes with Joe Mixon. They want to sign him. They want to lock him up. But again, this point in the NFL, most teams do not spend a ton of money on their running backs because you can go get another one or two for cheaper or, probably cheaper than what Joe Mixon will get. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. I want the Bengals to sign Joe Mixon, and I want them to sign A.J. Green. They just got to be smart about it. So, all of it, I really just think the way that they have done this offseason, they have consciously made an effort to get better, despite what the national media has been saying. So I cannot see them dropping the ball on these two right now. Now, they haven't been able to concentrate on them as much until now, I think, because they had, you had the draft, or you had scouting combine, and then you had also leading up to the draft. And then you had, before that, you had the free agents, and we signed, 6, 7 free agents. So all their concentration was on all that. Now the draft is done. Free agency is done for the most part. I mean, they might sign a guy here or there, who knows. But the major part of free agency is done. So now is the time for the Bengals to concentrate on trying to get Joe Mixon and A.J. Green signed, is what I think is going to happen. Now, I said this yesterday, that baseball will be back soon. Major League Baseball will have a return-to-play proposal expected within a week, according to ESPN. Major League Baseball expects, like I said, to have a return-to-play proposal for the Major League Baseball Players Association within a week. Now, this is where it's getting very exciting. Like, we are actually getting closer to this happening. Like, the guy tweeted out earlier this week, and I posted that he said baseball, he thinks is going to be back July 1st. And somebody said, well, there's nothing from MLB and blah, blah, blah. Well, this is from MLB. They are telling the players, here, I'll read it here. Within a week, as teams have begun to encourage players to prepare for spring training that could begin in mid-June, with the season starting in early July. So, if this all works out, and I said this yesterday, I think the sticking point is the money, and I'm really going to be upset if that's what's holding this back. But I know that's what's holding it back. But hopefully this proposal will be accepted and something the players like, and we can get going. Because obviously the sooner they get going, the sooner we can actually start playing. Because I was explaining to my son, he's like, well, they're at spring training, can't they just start? I was like, well, not really. I said, the players, they can probably get ready in a week, 2 weeks. It's the pitchers that they have to basically start over. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much throwing they've gotten done at home and stuff. but it's hard to throw off a mound to nobody as to throwing off a mound in a game. It's different, the tension, the stress, it's all different, So they got to get back into it, and I always put starting pitchers as like marathon runners. If you want to run a marathon, 26.2 miles, you got to be able to run 10 miles first. So you work your way up to it. And that's what Major League Baseball pitchers have to do. They have to start working their way up, and it takes them a while. So if we can get the proposal, hopefully next week they like it. Hopefully the week after that, like they say, hey, we're going to start this week, and like 2 weeks after that, they start spring training, and we get going. I think I can see us having baseball no later than July 4th. I hope. Like I said, that's just me talking. Like I always say, I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. I don't know. But I am hoping this will happen. Other news, NBA, tomorrow, some facilities will be opening up for players, and they have to social distance, but they can start getting reconditioned and getting ready for their season, to start for whenever that is. Cleveland Cavaliers are one of those teams. So, it's getting very exciting. We're getting very, very close. I think by July, we're going to have sports, like legit sports. I don't think there's going to be any crowds or fans in the stands, but we're at least going to have sports, and we can at least watch it. Hopefully restaurants will be opening soon, and maybe you can go to your favorite watering hole, favorite sports bar, watch the game there. Obviously, you probably have to social distance. Either way, we are finally starting to make some headway to getting things going, which makes me extremely happy because I am so tired of not having sports. I'm so tired. I can only watch the 1990 World Series so many times, which actually, have you guys been watching that? It was awesome to watch that game. And the Reds.com and on their Facebook page have been doing different clips of the 1990 World Series and different stuff like that. And one that, it's not a clip, I don't know if you guys remember that cheesy song they had. It's called Red's Hot. When I was 15, I'm like, yeah, this thing is cool. I love this thing. And I listen to it now, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so cheesy. But still listen to it, I'm like, yeah, with Red's Hot. So I posted it on my Sports with Strawberry Ice page. It's funny, the video's on there. I remember this story. Chris Sabo was trying to do the rap, and he could not get it. He couldn't get it. So Glenn Braggs pretty much read his part, and Sabo had like 3 lines. That was it. But it's just funny to watch, and it just brings back great memories for me. Anyway, I got some Facebook groups here that I help run that I like to tell you guys about. They're Bengals Nation, Reds Country, Bearcats Country, and Cyclones Country. As I said at the beginning of the show, I am up to 463 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Let's keep it going. Get that up to 500. And if you're listening to me on the podcast, do me a favor. Give me a 5-star review if you're on Apple Podcasts. If you're on BeanPod, Spotify, any of the other ones, just like and subscribe to my share. Subscribe to my show. I think I messed that up the other day, too. Anyway, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Got Zeke of the Week. If you guys got any ideas for Zeke of the Week, message me down below. I'll take any suggestions because right now nobody's done anything stupid, and I'm actually kind of excited about everything that's happening. So right now I don't have a Zeke of the Week, but I need one. So help me out. Other than that, that's your sports, baby. Tell all your friends about me. See ya.